What are some of the trends that you're seeing in like current and upcoming group of college students? I guess like good and bad. Like what would you say to parents kind of regarding some of those trends?
Well, I think that one big trend is this desire for purpose and impact. I
Mm.
think that there is a sense that young people have that the world my generation is handing them is not a very healthy or happy world. And so they're looking for deeper purpose. They're wanting to make an impact. They're kind of impatient with the status quo, and they don't want to just follow the footsteps of their parents or grandparents. So they're wanting to chart their own path with that sense of desire for purpose, and there's a yearning for that. I think they're also really wanting to do interdisciplinary work, which can get to the deeper questions that they know that, sometimes the disciplines or schools that currently exist aren't getting to the deeper issues. And so they're wanting to find ways to solve problems and be creative in those ways. Those are some of the positive things I see on the deeper trends, a lot of anxiety and mental health challenges. They're uncertain about the future. They're uncertain about their future as well as the world's future. And so there's a lot of anxiety. It was intensified by COVID, but it wasn't created by COVID. And so that anxiety and uncertainty, it manifests itself sometimes as depression or anxiety, but it's also manifests itself just by loneliness. And so being more intentional about the connections. I was kind of heartbroken at the end of the last semester. We had a student in our class, and her mom contacted me to say that her daughter had loved our class, but she was going to transfer. And I said, well, why? And she said, well, she just didn't make friends this fall. She had transferred to Belmont, so she didn't go through our normal orientation as a freshman. She'd transferred in. So at our final design showcase, I went to see her, and we said, tell us about your semester. She said, I loved every one of my classes. The professors were terrific. Every class, your class has been just amazing. I said, well, we're sorry you're sensing a desire to transfer. And she said, yeah, I'm just lonely. And I realized that we'd done everything formally right as a school, and we'd missed her loneliness and hadn't helped her discover a friend group. She lived off campus because she was a transfer, all those sorts of things. And I think that's a trend that we need to pay a lot more attention to going forward.